Heyo, welcome into the CHGO White Sox podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome into a weird version of the CHGO White Sox podcast. I'm still in Chicago, but I just need to be here because I got a plumbing issue. I'm Sean Anderson, your host. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Like I told Cody earlier, thankfully I'm at home because I am stinky, so you guys don't have to worry about smelling me. So congratulations to you. The normal CHGO White Sox crew is in studio. Vinnie Duber, you can follow him on Twitter at Vinnie Duber. He's our CHGO White Sox beat writer. He was out at the park today. We will get to that in the second segment. And he has been busy on allchgo.com. He has two recent articles up, one talking about how the White Sox are going to try to maintain their health in 2023. And then our first topic, the World Baseball Classic. We'll get into your thoughts on that, but you can also read them at allchgo.com. And that is Herb Lawrence. You can follow him. You can follow him on Twitter at Ecknerwall23. He's our CHGO White Sox community leader. We still got it in, Herb. I cut you off a little bit, but we still got it in. My bad.
You only been doing this for, what, a year now? Come on.
Yeah, I get worse and worse at it each and every day. And what's up to Who's Your Daddy and Fred in the chat? Fred said, do you got any leftovers from Sox Food Day? It seemed like smaller portions. I don't think they let you take any of the food home. Is the CHGO offices full of White Sox food leftovers, Vinny?
I think it would have been rude, if not just plain risky, to try and smuggle some food out of Guaranteed Rate Field today. But maybe there's a few boxes, a few leftover, a few doggy bags in the backseat of my car, getting nice and cold in the backseat of my car. No, I jest.
Herb, how you doing? How's the 312? I know you have a headache.
This works for it. If you have a headache, it's the, what is it, the hair of the dog?
Yeah, drink goose, have fun.
Nazareth.
Yeah, keep on going.
You guys are, as the
even though I don't have a hangover.
Drink goose, have fun. We're going to have fun today. Hopefully no hangover. I don't know. Does beer cause hangovers?
Yes, all the damn time, Sean. If you don't drink water, kids out there, you're drinking beer and or alcohol, drink water in between.
Kids shouldn't be drinking beer, Herb. Come on.
Hey, for all you kids out there,
Vinny,
when you drink beer.
You're going to be very surprised when we go to the South Side on the 30th and you're going to see just teenagers in that bar.
I mean, they look like teenagers. That's when you know you're getting really old. Like kids who are now drinking, they say, I'm over 21. You look 12. Stop, put that damn drink down now, youngster. That's how you know when you're really old.
Herb, it's the Southside friends. They got great fake IDs. They get better and better each and every year. And when I was in high school, I mean, oh boy, you go over to the currency exchange and you get a real legit one.
Not you. You've always looked like you're 12. You without that beard, you still look like you're 12.
You need a fake ID now.
Yeah. Well, I'm not cool enough to ever need a fake ID. I don't go to bars. I've always said that I don't give the vibe of have a beer with him. I feel like I'm quite annoying. Anyways, that's a different thing. Let's get into the World Baseball Classic. Japan is now the 3-time champion of the World Baseball Classic. They defeated the defending kind of champs of Team USA. They won the World Baseball Classic back in 2017. It was a great final. Japan wins 3-2. Vinny, you had a great tweet last night talking about the final at bat. You also wrote about it today at allchgo.com. What did you make of the game? I'm asking the question too. Is it the greatest baseball game ever? Am I being overzealous there?
Yes, you are, I think. But, hey, it lived up to any and all hype that was put on it. I mean, this was a fantastically tense and dramatic game to watch. I think that's the word that I kept saying over and over again last night was dramatic and drama. And this is, the perfect setup. Like, you see Shohei Ohtani going out to the bullpen, and I'm just sitting on my couch like, oh, yeah, it's going to happen. He's going to pitch. Like, it was so cool. Like, just being able to watch. I said it yesterday, right? I said, all I want is Ohtani versus Trout. I did not specify that I wanted it in the bottom of the, or in the top of the ninth inning in a one-run game with 2 outs and a full count. I didn't specify that, but that's what we got regardless. Just so cool. And I think, we saw it, the tweets, ever since the matchup was set. Wow, Ohtani and Trout finally get to play for a championship, given the struggles that their team has had and being able to even sniff the playoffs while they've been employed by them. So really everything was great. Home runs. I love home runs. We got to see a lot of home runs. My God, some of them were just smoked. The Schwarber one comes to mind, but there was the one by the Japanese hitter whose name I'm forgetting at the moment that was
Murakami?
Just mashed. So listen, that game was fantastic. It was great to watch, but guess what? You will never have to watch a baseball game that long for the rest of your life. How about that?
Feels good. The game was awesome, but yeah, just answer your question, was it the best baseball game? I think it's prisoner of the moment type of stuff, because never ever in the history of ever will Merrill Kelly be mentioned in the best baseball game ever. Man, oh man. I know United States had slim pickings, but I would have written with Kyle Singer instead, because at least he would have gave
Brady.
Brady. Kyle Singer. I don't know who the hell that is. It's his brother. Brady, yeah, and Kyle Freeland, who came in the game later. But that Japanese team, they have the best player by far. And then the pitcher they were using right before the fourth, Takahashi, with his splitter, with the combination, with the combination of the 97-mile-per-hour fastball, which he was using versus Major League Baseball hitters, which before the tournament, I said that lineup is the best lineup in the World Baseball Classic. The U.S. proved it throughout the tournament when they put up 14 versus the Cuban team too. But he was just isolating each hitter and saying, okay, here's 97 up top, and here's a changeup splitter that looked like it was at the top of the zone and fell off the table. That guy's 20 years old. 20. They have pitching up and down the lineup. And as you said, the Murakami home run, that guy's going to be, I think, a free agent in 2 years. So there's going to be a bidding war on him. But the show is showtime. And that man showed you exactly why he's going to be breaking the bank after this year with his free agency. And I know our team's not going to be in the running. Maybe they should, but, that's for another show.
You referenced what I said last night on Twitter, Sean, and I meant it. I mean it. Good luck to Major League Baseball replicating that in October, because there was just a World Series in March, and there will be another one in October, but man, is it going to have to do a lot to try to make up and to be as good as what we just saw last night.
Real quick, shout out to Jesse Friedman of PHNX in the chat, hanging out with us, saying Merrill Kelly had a 3.37 ERA in over 200 innings last year. He's far from the best pitcher in the country, but he's better than people realize. It's not to bash Merrill Kelly, but like 20 of the best American starters were not in the competition. Dylan Cease, our guy, 184 innings, had 227 strikeouts and an ERA under 3. He could have been pitching. Max Scherzer, who's a $20 or $40 million pitcher per year, Justin Verlander, these guys who just won Cy Youngs, they could be pitching. Garrett Cole has been pretty good over the past couple of years. He could be pitching. I mean, Carlos Rodon, obviously he just got injured in spring training, but the $175 million man could have been pitching as well. It's no bashing of Merrill Kelly, but this is from Mike Petriello. Pitches thrown 100 miles per hour plus in the tourney. Japan led with 58, Venezuela with 20, Dominican Republic with 13, Great Britain with 5, Colombia with 4, Puerto Rico with 1. Japan's pitching was next level, not shown the U.S. Merrill Kelly doesn't throw 100. He doesn't have this crazy, nasty breaking stuff. He's a good pitcher when you need to eat innings in a 162-game season. This was a winner-take-all game. If you are drafting American League, or if you're drafting American-born National League pitchers, Merrill Kelly isn't even the first top 10 you're taking. It has to be real specific. American-born National League West pitchers that I need to take in one single game, and even then, Clayton Kershaw probably beats him out every single time. So, it's all in the pitching. Do we think that Sean? Do we think this was all their fault, though? You know what I mean?
Is this team's? I mean, you commented yesterday on how adamant Pedro Grifol was about Lance Lynn not being able to be used last night. I mean, is this all on the players? Are there teams saying, "Oh, maybe best idea might be to skip this"? I mean, the point being that like the teams make these investments knowing how fragile pitchers are, right? I mean, because a pitcher can go out there and not participate in any sort of World Baseball Classic or offseason tournament and fall apart at a moment's notice. Maybe it's the team saying, listen, we know that risk is already there. We're going to err on the side of not risking it any further.
I don't know what teams would say. I don't know what front offices would say. But, like, and this guy's not well liked, but the commissioner said, it's great, the guys that we have, but I'd like to see pitching staffs that are of the same quality as our position players. I mean, even the MLB
running the World Baseball Classic.
Right, but it's not wrong. He's not saying anything that's not factual. I mean, you go look at the top pitchers from last year and look at all the Americans that didn't pitch in the World Baseball Classic.
Right.
I'm
saying, is Justin Verlander? Is it Justin Verlander's fault for him not pitching in the World Baseball Classic, or is it the Mets saying, "Hey, we just gave you a gajillion dollars, and we know that you had Tommy John 2 years ago. We'd rather you maybe, stuck with your pregame or your preseason warm-up plan." I mean, again, and I don't know this. I'm just speculating. Right. I'm just saying that it would not surprise me if a pitcher went to their team and was like, "Oh, what do you think about me playing in this tournament?" And they went,
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, we even saw Ronald Acuna Jr. I don't think the Braves wanted him to play at all, but I think he threatened to, be traded, quit, retire. Like, it meant the world to him. I don't think any MLB players put enough of a fight. Dylan Cease probably went and said, "I want to pitch in the World Baseball Classic," and they're like, "No," and he's like, "Okay, or whatever. I got $300 million coming in my future." Like, I don't know how you feel, Herb, but I just think that there wasn't that same passion that other players from different countries had.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Other teams, it seemed like they were into it. Even last night, you saw, who was it? There was forgot the shortstop from the Mets. Now I'm blanking on his name.
Lindor?
Francisco Lindor sent out a text and a tweet. He was like, "Man, that tournament was great. We should have one of those every single year." And same thing with Marcus Stroman, because he was so hyped about it. Marcus Stroman, who pitched to the United States the last time they had a World Baseball Classic, who was the MVP of the World Baseball Classic, chose for Puerto Rico. He honored his mom in this World Baseball Classic. We need more American pitchers to watch that game last night and say, "Damn it, I'm missing something. I want to be part of that atmosphere." Those guys look like they're having a great time. And representing my country with the USA across my chest is what I want to do. I hope Dylan Cease, 3 years from now, he's got his money secured. He's like, "You know what? I want to pitch for my country, and I'm still a top pitcher." Because Lance Lynn shouldn't be the best starting pitcher on that United States team. Good, not great. And he was by far the best starting pitcher on the United States. And so that should not happen.
I think in my mind, it's, all right, let's see what happens in 3 years. Because not only is every player from all the other teams obviously over the moon about this experience, but so are all the guys who played for Team USA.
Yep.
And when those guys go back to their clubhouses and they talk to their teammates about this, "Oh my God, this was so amazing." Mike Trout goes back to LA, and every interaction he has the rest of the year, he was Captain America. He was so happy to do it. "Oh my God, the coolest thing I've ever been a part of." Maybe in 3 years we'll be talking about a different subject. And if we're not, then obviously that speaks, in my mind, to the way pitchers are and will continue to be treated, not only by themselves but by their teams. We'll see. I say we'll see in 3 years what the roster looks like, because I would not be surprised if all these guys go back and they really rev up, they really talk up this event if it makes a difference.
And I didn't even see all the Japanese games, but Yu Darvish, top pitcher, he's like, "I'm pitching tonight. I'm pitching. If you guys need me, I'm pitching." Mm-hmm. And I knew it, and I sent out a tweet. I was like, it actually might help the Americans that Yu Darvish is pitching versus them. Familiarity. They've seen Yu Darvish's 6 pitches. Tough. All of them are filthy, but Kyle Schwarber just deposited one in the playoffs in Philadelphia or San Diego quickly, just like he did last night. And Kyle Schwarber, can I talk about this, man?
Yeah, go ahead,
Ridiculous.
real quick. I just
Go ahead.
before yesterday's show, I checked on DraftKings Sportsbook, the greatest sportsbook out there. Kyle Schwarber's home run prop, and I was just like, I know that he owns Darvish, and I didn't place the bet because I was in a rush to get to the show, and I feel so miffed about this because you're 100% right to even take a soapbox to start talking about this guy because he is incredible.
2020, the Cubs were just non-tendered him. Nothing. $8 million, like, we don't need that on my team, which is weird. I tweeted out, like, anybody can have him? White Sox, let's go. Power left-hander. I understand, and people wrote this in the comments, they have a bunch of DH types, and Kyle Schwarber can play left field, but not well. He has a plus arm, but his fielding's not that great. But I would have loved to have him on the team, and the Cubs just let him go for free. Nationals, Boston, Philly. He's been nothing but a champion. And they sent out a tweet last night. Kyle Schwarber said a home run in the AL and NL wildcards. The ALCS, ALDS, NLCS, NLDS, World Series, and the World Series, and now the World Baseball Classic. Like, when it's time for clutch time, it's Kyle Schwarber time.
Big game Schwarbs.
It's like there's no person I'd rather have up than Kyle Schwarber. And we used to laugh at the things where they were saying that Theo Epstein and Jed Hoyer were talking about Kyle Schwarber, and they were referencing him and saying, Babe effing Ruth. And I used to laugh at that. But he's not that caliber, but when it comes to clutch, he's better than Babe Ruth. This man is just nails. And that battle he had last night with Yu Darvish, again, and just sends a ball into right center field, a rocket shot. There's no amount of money that would have been too small at that time. It was only $10 million what the Nationals signed him for any team to sign him for, and I'm sad the White Sox have missed multiple times to get this man. And now it's going to be too late when he's like 36.
The first,
when he's available.
The first foul ball he hit off Darvish almost went out of the stadium, like directly behind him. Like it was clubbed so hard, but he was so far out in front of it that it like almost. I think it hit in the last row of seats. It was way foul, so far foul, but it was like. I think it hit in the last row of seats. It was just like, oh my God. If this was cricket, my goodness.
Well, hey, and I'm not going to be against you talking. You would know about cricket, Australia boy. You're from down under.
There's no fouls in cricket. It can go either way, any way you want it to.
That's weird.
It's very journey of them.
Yeah.
Right? Is that journey? Not the
That's
cars?
a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, okay. All right. That was decent.
I mean, you want a standing ovation for any way you want it? Come on.
No, I don't. No, I was sure that it. Thank you. I thought it was. It could have been the cars. Anyways, hey, I'm all about Kyle Schwarber getting paid. The White Sox should have paid him. They're all like, "Oh, we want lefty power." Hello. I mean, Kyle Schwarber would have hit 42 home runs with the White Sox in 2022. How do you know? I predicted it back on March 15th, 2022. If Kyle Schwarber has 500 plate appearances in a White Sox uniform in 2022, I could confidently predict that he hit 42.47 home runs. And he hit like 46 last year with the Phillies. I mean, he would have beat my predictions. Also, just a side note, all roads lead to Andrew Vaughn. July 22nd, 2022, Andrew Vaughn had a better rated runs created plus than Kyle Schwarber. So Andrew Vaughn greater than Kyle Schwarber. Also, Andrew Vaughn in 2026 will be playing with Team USA. Book it.
That'll be great. I hope he gets to that level. That'll be awesome.
It would. But overall, it's not the best game ever. I don't know what is the best game ever. There's been a lot of great baseball games. I know someone said Game 2 of the 2005 World Series. If you're a White Sox fan, it's probably up there. Game 3 is up there as well of that series.
It's a Tampa Bay Yankee game, I believe.
Yeah, the last
game of the year.
162 in, what was that, 11, right? 2011. There were also some absolute classics, if my memory serves, in that Astros-Dodgers World Series in 2017. Wow, that game was. They were putting up classic after classic, just back and forths. That was a really fun series to watch.
I think it was the Game 5, the 13-12 game. That one was absolutely insane. Back and forth, homers galore. Went into the 10th inning. That one was pretty special as well. I had one more thought, too. Game 4, also, of 2005 World Series was pretty sweet. 1-0 game in the White Sox. That's a White Sox winner. Anyways, and I was going to take a road trip to Kyle Schwarber's hometown if they signed him. Apparently, there was a plaque. I thought it was a memorial, a statue. It was just a very tiny plaque, but I was going to drive to Middleton, Ohio, but that never came to fruition. Anyways, also, Dan Johnson hit that home run in that Rays Yankees game. White Sox legend. So tip of the hat to Dan Johnson. Final thought on World Baseball Classic. I'm against Lindor's thought of having it every single year. Stroman, just because I think the exclusivity makes it better. I think it also would probably lead to more pitchers participating because it's only every 3 years. You don't have to do this every single year. It's not the additional stress. Maybe if it is more special like that, more people would participate. So I'm all for every 3 years. I'm excited for 2026, and hopefully Team USA can exact some revenge and get some pitchers back onto their team. Anyways, final thoughts on World Baseball Classic. Actually, let's wrap up with these stats. Let's go to the hitters first. These are your White Sox hitter stats for the World Baseball Classic after all the dust has settled. Tim Anderson, 18 at-bats, 6 hits, 1 double, 1 triple, 5 RBIs. He hit .333, .381, and slugged .500. Yoan Moncada, 23 at-bats, 10 hits, 4 doubles, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. He hit .435, .519, .739. That is not a disaster personnel. Luis Robert Jr., 27 at-bats, 7 home runs, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, .259. Average 286 on base percentage and 296 slugging percentage. And then Aloy, 5 hits and 11 at bats, 2 doubles, 2 RBI or 1 double, 2 RBIs, 445 average, 445 on base percentage, and a 545 slugging percentage. And let's go to the pitchers real quick. Lance Lynn in 9 innings had an ERA of 3, allowed 2 home runs, but also 8 Ks. 1 walk, and I believe USA won both of the games that he started. Kendall Graveman, only 1 1/3 innings pitched. He did not allow a run, did not allow a walk, and allowed 1 hit and had 1 strikeout. Jose Ruiz was clearly the star for the Venezuela pitching staff. 4 1/3 innings pitched, no earned runs allowed, 5 Ks to 2 walks, and only 1 hit allowed. And then Nicolas Padilla as well showed up for Puerto Rico, and he pitched in 2 1/3 innings, no earned runs, 2 hits, 1 K. He is new to the White Sox organization, coming from the Cubs most recently, and still showed out for Puerto Rico. So proud of those guys. Great to see those guys stand up for their countries and play in the World Baseball Classic.
And one more little nugget on Lance Lynn. One pitcher threw more innings than Lance Lynn did in the World Baseball Classic, and his name was Shohei Ohtani. Had Shohei not pitched in last night's game, seriously, had he not pitched in last night's game, Lance Lynn would have led the tournament in innings pitched.
Amazing.
And awesome. It's again, it's 2 starts. One was 4 innings, one was 5 innings. But listen, the guy's a workhorse. He was coming to throw as many pitches as he possibly could. And how about the efficiency, right? There were a lot of people, a lot of pitchers, every single one of them in this tournament were up against those pitch count rules, and he made the most of it by getting the most outs in that number of pitches. That's good.
And 2, yeah, it's great. And 2, in the last game he pitched, after the 4th inning, he thought it was a joke when they were taking him out. He could have gone deeper. Like, he could have gone to 10 innings. So, no, I mean, that's a great point. I mean, you said Lance Lynn was in a regular season shape, and he is. He looks great.
And I got 2 things White Sox related, and then one thing to continue the Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout thing. Tim Anderson getting taken out last night in the 5th or 6th inning for Jeff McNeil, who did well in his 2 at-bats.
It was a matchup thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because McNeil's a lefty.
Yeah. McNeil did well. I think he walked walked 1 time, and he didn't, it didn't lead to any runs. But we just saw Tim, versus Venezuela team, lead off that inning with a walk, and that led to the Trey Turner grand slam home run. And so I don't like him getting pinch hit for. Hopefully this puts a chip on his shoulder. Tim is that type of guy who will take a slight, as Sean, I think you've brought up, when Kevin Cash didn't give him any playing time in the 2021 All-Star game, kind of was pissed about that, dedicated himself and became a starter, so there was no way you can play him in that game. That was egregious. And then secondly, I know the Yoan Moncada haters are out there shook. The man made the All-World Baseball Classic team at third base because you just saw the numbers. My man is back, and I hope this is going to lead to health, firstly, and then secondly, posting those good-ass numbers like he did in the World Baseball. Like, they won't be like that, but they'll be similar. He was hitting the ball into the gap, hitting with for power, looking the ball in deep, doing all the things that Yoan Moncada is known for. And the last thing I'll leave you with is a codified tweet. If you're not impressed, you should be. Mike Trout has had 3 swinging strikes in only 24 of his 6,174 career MLB plate appearances. Last night, Shohei Ohtani made sweet love to him on a couple of those pitches.
Yeah, and Mad Dog Chris Russo is ridiculous. He was speaking garbage about Mike Trout. You should have let him know about that codify stat because I think his tone would have changed. Apparently, Mike Trout strikes out too much. Babe Ruth invented striking out, walking, and hitting home runs, and you'd probably say he's the greatest baseball player ever. You dork.
Who's hitting those pitches? Who's hitting those?
No
100
one.
miles per hour,
No one.
filthy, and the slide. Who's hitting that slider? Which
one.
is all a strike until the last second.
Why wasn't he the first player picked? Like I picked him to be a hitter, and we saw what he just did as a pitcher.
Oh, you mean Ohtani?
Oh, you're throwing Steven under the bus
Oh,
over here.
and me.
Hold up.
I picked Trout.
There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
my
Trout.
guy
There's
struck
nothing
your
wrong with
guy
Aaron
out.
Judge.
Yeah, guess what he won't be doing for your fantasy team? Striking anybody out.
Guess what? He'll hit more homers than your guy.
Sean's
Mike Trout, pretty good.
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani, I believe, I hope this is not incorrect information. I believe I remember this from Twitter last night. Threw the fastest pitch of the tournament.
Yep.
Had the hardest hit ball of the tournament and hit the longest ball of the tournament.
And ran down to first base in 4.18 seconds, I believe.
And
which is
you guys
flying.
didn't want him on your team.
Here's another thing too that I'll say about and I think this really sums up the tournament entirely. So I think this is a nice maybe stopping point here. But had you ever seen Shohei Ohtani act the way that he acted during this World Baseball Classic before this month?
Absolutely not.
I mean, did you learn something about his personality during this tournament? Because I have never. Now, granted, he plays for the Angels. The Angels don't make the playoffs. He is not a guy who has been playing for something from a team standpoint. But my God, the guy's on the mound screaming and pounding his chest like he's a let the kids play guy. I don't know if anybody's ever seen him smile before this tournament.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a fantastic display of what this meant to everybody that was involved with it.
I don't think you're watching enough Angels baseball because I see it all the time.
Why would I be watching Angels baseball, Sean?
Because they don't win. So I think also the point that it's competitive baseball, it's winning baseball, it's focused and energized on one single game. You definitely saw that come out of him a little bit more, but I think that's his demeanor. I mean, he there's no way you can be this good on the mound and hitting and not have that demeanor each and every game because he delivers each and every game. So no, I think he's just that type of dude. And again, I'd pay him $600 million, I'd pay him $700 million. He hits and pitches, and he's elite at both. He threw 102 yesterday to Mike fucking Trout, and he swung and missed, and it was right down the middle. I mean, he's incredible. He's the greatest baseball player I've ever seen.
Would be for his actual pitching and hitting, but the how much he's going to change your organization with the eyes on your organization from Japan and the rest of the world. Being the best player in the baseball, think about the advertisements behind home plate. Think about all the commercials you're going to be running into, all the extra money you're going to be getting by signing. This is not just you get the player performs well on the field, you get your money back. You get your money back by just broadcasting the game. And I would do whatever it takes if I was a Major League Baseball team to put Shohei Ohtani on my team. I know it's only going to be on one team, but there should be 29, if not 30 teams bidding for his services.
Yeah, I would lock the doors.
There
if I
won't
was
be.
the
There'll
Angels.
be like 3.
Yes.
Right. If the Angels have dumped so much money into bad contracts, just dump it into one great contract and don't let him walk out of that building. Let's take a quick break. Thumbs up on the World Baseball Classic. It was a blast. Please give us more of it. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about some great food options for you at the Guaranteed Rate Field in 2023. We want to let you know, Chicago, you've already got the best coverage for your favorite teams, so get fitted in the best sports gear around. Foco has you covered from Soldier Field to the front room, north or south side, with hoodies, slippers, signs, bobbleheads, and everything in between. It is a cloudy and dark day in Chicago, so get decked out like tomorrow with apparel from the leaders in sports merch and collectibles. Foco, if you're looking for the perfect gift to fight, if you're looking for the perfect gift for the football fan in your life, Foco's got you covered with hoodies to fight that Lake Michigan breeze and this cloudy day. So check out Foco.com. That's FOCO.com. Or click the link in the description below. For all non-presale items, use the promo code CHGO for 10% off. Also want to let you know about DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. I am on the Sixers tonight. It is the DraftKings pick of the week. The Bulls are taking on the Sixers again. They just won last night, 109 to 105 in double overtime. That was on Monday, and they are playing now tonight. And I think that Joel Embiid, who is 12-1 versus the Bulls in his career, will become 13-1. The Bulls needed 2 overtimes to beat the Sixers. I don't think the Sixers are only going to score 105 points again. So I will take Joel Embiid and Joel Embiid to score 25 points and the Sixers to win at minus 110 on DraftKings Sportsbook. That is your DraftKings pick of the week. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA with code CHGO. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. All right, gentlemen, let's get into the brand new offerings at Guaranteed Rate Field in 2023. Should we go to the video first, Steven? I think that probably makes the most sense.
Yeah, we could get a nice look at all the different options they had. Let's do it.
All right, so let's set this up. Vinnie and Kacy, our social media producer, were over at Guaranteed Rate Field, and they shot all of this great footage. So here are all the new offerings for you at Guaranteed Rate Field in 2023.
Yes, everybody gets to see me with food in my mouth. That's wonderful. Elote's corn dogs, they were quite good. You'll see those momentarily. So yes, that's a sauce, by the way. So you get a regular corn dog and you dip it in the elote sauce. So that's a winner there.
And then they got the Blue Moon and the Miller High Life stuff.
Yeah, I'll get into some more details about those bars that are going up in the upper deck, but they've got special sausages. I thought that what I'm eating right here, the mac and cheeses, those were probably my favorites. Those are probably the highlights of the day. Those are just, they got those at a stands on the concourse. Go get that. This is delicious here. Your fries, they come with popcorn chicken, and they're covered in hot honey barbecue sauce. Those were low-key fantastic. You have a whole spread of entree items. This was the way to go. That sauce was really, really good. So I would definitely recommend going and grabbing some of those. Kacy had a whole great fun time eating those. That is something called a mango nada, which was a nice mango-flavored drink with a bunch of, like, chili powder in it. It was spicy. It was very good.
Is it
It's like a michelada?
alcoholic?
Not alcoholic, no. Pierogies, I was obsessed with the pierogies. Yeah, the Belgian Banger is the Blue Moon Bar's special sausage. That's a Polish with all sorts of business on it. And then the one for the High Life bar is the Champagne of Dogs. That's coming up as well. There's a cheese steak, which was very good. This is the melty cheese on there. I know they do that in Philly, but they south-sided it up a bit, which is nice. Big long sandwich, Marge, I'd like to be alone with the sandwich.
That's what I'll be ordering.
Yeah, you've always got to go with that. Those are some potato wedges that take 3 days to make. I'm not sure why. There's the Champagne of Dogs right there. That's a foot-long hot dog right there with some champagne mustard on it. So
Mercy.
there you go. Pretty good. I didn't get to eat all foot-long of it. I just had the little sampler. But yeah, all really good stuff. Pulled pork sandwich. They got some barbecue items. Pretzel. They're gonna have big, good, nice, soft pretzels all over the ballpark now. If you're
Awesome.
more of a traditionalist when it comes to this kind of thing, so all sorts of good stuff. Now, a lot of that is obviously for some folks who are up, club level, suite level, that kind of thing too. So it's not all accessible, but a lot of the good stuff you can find on 100 and 500 level concourses.
I am so excited for the Champagne of Dogs. I am, as I said, and butchered his name. I'm excited to play Steve Winwood and back in the High Life again, and just put that foot-long wiener in my mouth. I'm very excited for that. I love sucking down hot dogs.
I can explain these bars a little bit more. I know people are very curious about what these would entail. Basically, if you've been in the United Center, you go up in the upper deck. The four corners all have these just standing bars, right?
Yeah.
And then if you go like back into the concourse, it's a big bar where you can get a lot of drinks. That's basically what this is going to be. These are on the 500 level at Sox. They're not a thing where you're going to get a 20 or 50 people in there to sit and watch a game. There's going to be a front level or a front table, a couple of them, where if you're lucky enough to grab that, you'll have view of the game and you can watch the game. But it's mostly like a thing where it's like, hey, come meet me at the thing. We'll grab a drink, before the game starts or during the inning or whatever. So it's good.
And it's going to be good, as we were talking about earlier. Like, the games are going to be going quicker, so having one eye on the game while you're having your back to the bar if you can, or just chilling with your people, talking and such. And for the 500 level people, which I used to have season tickets, that's good because there's so many times where you're just like, oh, man, I want to go to the 100 level and get all the great options they have down there. Now, I mean, I know why they don't do it, but I've always railed against it. At least they're giving something back to the people who are up there who, like I said, there's some season ticket holders up there, not just guys and girls who would just come up day of game. And so giving them different options and different beer and food options is a good thing since they are locked to that section.
So those will be branded. One is going to be, let's see, I have it here. Hold on. One is
Miller High Life Landing.
One is the Blue Moon Balcony, and the other one is the Miller High Life Sky Lounge. And so you've got your that Polish sausage is going to be exclusive to the Blue Moon one, and the foot-long hot dog will be exclusive to the High Life one. So, like you said, not only more offerings for people up there, but some exclusive offerings as well, which is interesting. But if I had to say my favorite items from today, from my main takeaways, there are these mac and cheese stands on both the 100 and 500 level concourses. Go have a mac and cheese. I know it's not the typical ballpark food, but man, was this good. There's one with Hatch chilies in it, which was fantastic. And then the other one's got chorizo, which was really good too. And then I also, as I mentioned, as I described, the fries thing with the hot honey barbecue sauce on it was quite good as well. Those are my faves.
I'm excited for that foot-long hot dog. It's probably just a hot dog with champagne mustard on it and onions, but that's actually the only thing I want at a baseball game. I don't want mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, maybe April games.
It's good. I'm just telling you that it's good.
I believe
that's a backyard barbecue item.
I like any food where I know it's probably not going to land on my shirt, so I can use a fork with it. Like hot dogs and Polish sausage, they're always going to land on my shirt because all the extra sauces and stuff are going to be there. So if you have different options like a mac and cheese, which is more put together, you can eat it with a fork and just go to town and max on them. Hatch chilies too. One question I have to ask is, well, firstly, were the fries crispy? The
waffle, yes, waffle fries.
Okay, yeah. So waffle fries were crispy, and was the sauce on the popcorn chicken hot? Or was it nice and flavorful?
It was flavorful but spicy, which I like.
That's what I like. So it wasn't like ridiculous. You're not like, I'm out here trying to be like Sean Evans and such.
It wasn't like a challenge level of spiciness. No, it was a regular good type of spicy.
Vinny, did I see there's like a chicken tender in a helmet thing now?
Yes, so that is being pitched as some sort of family food item.
Nope.
Maybe like a
you won't get it on your shirt.
Like a trough to everybody eats out of it at once, I guess. But no, it's a souvenir batting helmet full of fries and 10 chicken tenders. So
damn.
I'm guessing that'll run you about $23 or something like
Steven's
that.
Steven's like, delicious, perfectly for me.
I'll take it too.
Well, that's the thing. That to me that sounds like a meal. 10 chicken tenders, yeah. That's one person. You go down to the Jules on Cheap Chicken Monday, and that's a one-person meal right there.
Jared bringing up the $5 beers again. Those are on Tuesday as well. So they're gonna have special priced menus on Tuesday, where a lot of the generic stuff, I'll say, are $5. So
yeah, your regular ballpark fare.
Yeah. So like the chili mac probably won't be $5 on that day, but you can get a Polish for $5 and a nice brew for $5. So it should be a good time at Sox Park. It doesn't really get me out to the park, but not everyone is there for just strictly the baseball. So it's always exciting where we're going to a ballpark. It's like when the mall has good food. I like that our mall has good food.
You know what will get me out to the ballpark? The Eloy Jimenez talking bobblehead. That'll get me out to the ball. And that jersey they had, that old school White Sox jersey with the Nike swoosh on top that they're giving away, that will get me out to the ballpark. The White Sox are up in their game on the giveaways. We saw the Luis Robert chain last year, the sweatshirt, the hockey sweatshirt the White Sox gave up with the South Side. They're up in their game from what they used to be.
I'm telling you. You're going to see, this is the one thing you're going to see around town all year long. May 20th, track jacket giveaway. It's like a little windbreaker kind of deal. You're going to see that. People are going to be wearing that on all sides of town. Like you saw a few years ago, that hoodie was everywhere. Now, track jacket. I'm telling you, this year the track jacket.
Well, and Yasmani Grandal made sure that the basketball jersey in the COVID year was also well worn as well. So you saw that just around him every single time he was taking batting practice. I'm excited too for that 93 American League West Division champ crew neck on April 15th. That one should be fun. Another sweatshirt where you should see that all around the city. So May 20th is that one, the track jacket, right?
Yeah.
Well, and two, great week when you're going to the park on the 12th when Jose Abreu returns. Firework night on May 12th, the Hi Mom Talking Bobblehead on the 13th, and then also the belt bag. Do you guys call it a belt bag or do you guys call it a fanny pack?
Fanny pack must be a registered trademark because no one in their right mind has ever called it a belt bag.
No.
I'm guessing fanny pack is like a Kleenex type situation.
Well, we better stop using it because then we'll probably get sued. Let's take a quick break and let people know about some sponsors. We want to let you know about. That seems wrapped. You gave away your favorite food things. What did Kacy enjoy the most?
Well, you saw her dancing with the fries and the honey thing there. I will say the elote corn dogs were good. It's just the innovation there is the sauce, I guess, right? Think of it as like a dipping sauce for a thing. There was another, he will remain nameless, but there was another media member present who decided to eat his elote corn dog like he was taking a shot of tequila. Like he literally took like a spoonful of the elote sauce, put it in his mouth, then took a bite of the corn dog thing, and I'm like, guy, this is for dunking. You've got to dunk this. This is the way to do this, but. Like I said, we'll remain nameless. I will say this, the pan of pierogies, I've already placed an order for that 81 times up to the press box this year. I'm hoping that they can just kind of have that ready for us whenever we get to the ballpark every day.
So where's that one? I want that.
The pierogies?
Yeah, I want that.
Well, let me look. I believe you're going to have to be on one of the fancier levels. Yes, that's a sweet item.
Oh, well, that's good because, Herb, you got great Game Time suite tickets for the Big Ten tournament, and we have a Game Time ad right now. So why don't I tell you about Game Time, the best way to get sweet tickets to a White Sox game. It's the hottest new ticketing site that makes it easier than ever to score the best deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. If you ever dreamed of sitting in the suite level of the White Sox park of Guaranteed Rate Field to eat the pan-seared pierogies, now is your option. What else was up there? There was also another
there's a bunch up there. There was a bunch of things up there, but
tantalizing stuff up at the suite.
Yeah,
level.
the mango nada you can only get at the Stadium Club bar. So that was I was feeling like a real rich person while I was drinking that. But yeah, they got other stuff up there, rib tips and pulled pork sandwiches and all that good stuff.
So
what we didn't have access to, I know you're in the middle of an ad read, what we didn't have access to today was, and this will be at the hot dog stand in section 105. How about this? A bagel-wrapped Polish sausage.
Okay, I got it.
What's with the face? It's like it's a full-size Polish sausage wrapped in bagel dough.
It's a giant pig in the blanket.
It's a giant pig in a blanket.
Yeah, I really like the Vienna just true bagel dogs in the red pouch. I don't know if I would like that size. I like the
bigger
mini
version of that.
Bigger version of that, and it's a Polish sausage.
But it's mini. I like the mini. It's mini for a reason.
This is like somebody saying that I prefer bagel bites to a full-size pizza.
Ooh, do you have those mini
You're
cupcakes?
insane.
This regular-sized cupcake is just too big for me.
Right. No, I agree with that, Steven. It's more of like I would rather eat 12 mini bagel dogs than one big bagel.
You're just weird.
Polish.
You're just a weird guy,
But
and
Sean,
that's fine.
Sean, also, you can't get mini bagel dogs at the ballpark. You could go to the ballpark and eat this giant bagel Polish sausage.
I'm gonna go get the foot-long champagne of dogs. Come on, I'm gonna like I said,
get both.
That's my goal. I could do both.
You can get both.
Anyway.
Bring about $40.
Sean's going to cut the foot long into smaller pieces.
Yeah. Mr. Footlong Hot Dog is telling me that he likes tiny foods.
You have seen me. I've post every time I'm at the park. I post me shoving a hot dog into my mouth. Okay, I'm not gonna cut it up. I'm just talking specifically about bagel dogs. When you are combining hot dogs with bagel dough, I like
Your
them in a
logic
mini
is
version.
not checking out, Sean.
Okay. If you want to feel like a rich millionaire drinking a mango nada and having the wonderful, wonderful pierogies, you can find the biggest last-minute price drops on Game Time on the seats you never thought you could buy. You won't find a better deal this season on White Sox suite level tickets than on the Game Time app. It was created by the fans for the fans, and it guarantees the lowest price. So if you love CHGO, then you'll love Game Time. The best way to support us is by buying your tickets to the link in the description. You join over 15 million people who've downloaded the Game Time app and score the best seats to all of your favorite events. They also have some of the best customer service out there. Herb went and bought tickets to Atlanta. 12 minutes later, he saw a cheaper price, hit him up, and he got his money instantly, and it's 110% guarantee. So it's a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic company to work from and buy tickets because they're going to make sure that you get the best price for you. Next up, Pins and Aces. Pins and Aces is the official golf apparel partner of CHGO. We love our Pins and Aces gear, and our guy Steven, who's producing the show, gets tons of compliments on and off the course, especially on our street just outside the offices when he's wearing his Pins and Aces gear. They're a family-owned golf and apparel business, and they make amazing polos, hats, golf bags, and even our favorite beer sleeve when you are trying to bring a full 15-pack of 312. It's behind Vinnie. You can buy 2 beer sleeves, put 7 in one, 7 in the other, inside your golf bag, keep your drinks cold the entire round, and you also have a beer in your hand. So check out pinsandaces.com. Use code CHGO to receive 15% off your first order and get free shipping. That's pinsandaces.com. All right, let's get into the poll. All right, so we drafted AL-only teams yesterday, and thankfully Steven is producing us. So Steven was the person that got the first pick. Vinny went second. I went third. Herb went fourth, and then we rotated and flipped the order. A little snake draft. We have the final poll results. Herb has the best team, 39.6% on 149 votes. I came in second at 36.2%, Vinny at 16.1%, and Steven at 8.1%. So, Steven, I'm going to go to you. You bragged about being so good at fantasy, and no one likes your team, and it sucks.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put this into a real fantasy baseball thing. I'm going to win, and we're going to revisit that. I also feel like maybe it's my lack of a Twitter following helping out here.
I think so also.
Yeah, that can't be doing me any favors, as I have, I think, 3 or 4 followers, and I have no picture.
Based on the team, baby.
There was also some confusion, I think, because the players were not named. They were not identified by name in the graphics. And so if you don't know what Dalton Varsho looks like, you're going to have a very difficult time figuring out that he was on Team Herb. So that might have had something to do with the results of the poll. But listen, the people have spoken. Fortunately, it means nothing. And we will see at the end of the year who actually had the best team.
And I picked 2 White Sox.
The fantasy league at the end of the year also means nothing.
I picked 2 White Sox. Of course, I'm tweeting this out to a mostly White Sox audience. They see 2 White Sox like, oh, Herb won.
Yeah.
We got Aloy and Luis Robert. Let's go.
Wait,
yeah, no one knows who Dalton Varsho is.
Vinny had Lance Lynn, right?
I had Lance Lynn, yeah.
Did you have any other? I mean, I had 2 White Sox.
Well, I have Jose Abreu, who's still wearing a White Sox hat in this picture.
That's right.
But yeah. I can't imagine there's a lot of people out there being like, oh, yeah, look at that picture of Brandon Lau. I'm all in.
I'm sure people didn't know who Stephen Kwan was. I mean, I do, but the casual baseball fan doesn't know the left fielder, the Guardian.
Yeah.
Left fielders were real tough to come by, so they're already like a mystery position.
I don't know about your White Sox math here because I got 3 of them.
Yeah, Sean's got more White Sox than you, Herb.
You're out here Whites. That's why you finished second, but I have a bigger following on Twitter.
Yeah, hey, and good luck to you today. Hopefully you're able to beat Chirizi in the 108 tourney. Anyways, that's going to do it for the CHGO White Sox podcast. Nice World Baseball Classic talk, nice food talk, and it just makes me more and more excited for the 30th for opening day. We'll be on the south side for a live watch party for that game against the Astros, and very, very excited for the 3rd when the White Sox will open up Guaranteed Rate Field, and we'll make sure that we are there in the parking lot tailgating with all the folk and celebrating this glorious day. I'm so excited for baseball. We are at the end of the finish line. I feel like we're at mile 25.2 in a marathon. I don't know what that feeling is like, but I know I'd be exhausted, and I really want to see that finish line because I want baseball. The World Baseball Classic, scratch that itch, and I need it now.
It was good to see. It was finally good baseball is appreciated, especially when it's in March, because we know this intensity is not going to be there maybe ever. And as Vinny's tweet says, good luck. Good luck, MLB.
Good luck. And
following
I also
this
saw
up.
too. You see Japan in the photo that celebrates them winning the World Baseball Classic, and it's got like 1,000,000 likes already. And the Astros photo has got like 3,000. So you just kind of see the magnitude and the reach of the World Baseball Classic, and hopefully this great game grows because it's nice to see more money be involved and put into the game as well. I think that just makes it a better product for the fans. So make sure that you follow Vinnie Duber on Twitter.
Sean, it's nice to see more money being made. I don't know if I'd go quite that far. It was nice to see fun baseball. How about that?
I mean, it's
Look at Rob Manfred over here.
Hey,
like, oh boy, this was such a great tournament. I'm so happy with how much money Major League Baseball made from it.
I'm so sorry. I invented capitalism. I'm just the reality, folks. I don't like it, but hey, that's where we're at. And when there's more money to be made, people are more invested, spend more money, and usually it's a better product. Hey, if follow the money. Usually teams that make money are a better product.
Last thing I want to say, Sean, before we wrap up is think about how many Americans are not really miffed that they lost last night in the World Baseball Classic. Like, yeah, good job, Japan. We actually appreciate you winning that championship. Our team played as well as they could have, but just lost. And no one's like, man, we lost to the Japanese team. And they're not like, crestfallen about it. They enjoyed the baseball last night that was played.
Yeah, I'm still a little miffed at the pitchers. Hopefully that changes in 2026. And I am miffed at Mark DeRosa. I know that we're bringing up the matchups and the lefty-righty splits, yada, yada, yada. He's Benedict Arnold. I hate him. He sucks. And there won't be any revenge game because we won't see Tim Anderson play Mark DeRosa because he's not an MLB manager and he's a scrub and he's the reason why they lost. Thank you very much. You can follow Vinnie Duber on Twitter at Vinnie Duber. He's our CHGO White Sox beat writer. That's Herb Lawrence. You can follow him on Twitter at Ecknerwall23. He's our CHGO White Sox community leader.
They lost by a run, Sean. It was 3-2.
And if you
It
put
was a good game. You're freaking
if they put
out,
Lance
man.
Lynn in, if they
You're
put
freaking
Lance
out.
Lynn in,
You're
they would close
overdosing
it.
on mini bagel dogs. That's your problem. You need to come down from that high.
Thank you to Stephen Nicholas for producing the show. He's playing our music, so we have to get off. Thank you, Stephen, for producing. I'm Sean Anderson. Thank you to everyone for hanging out with us in the chat. We will talk to you tomorrow at 4 p.m.